What's going on there, everybody? It's your boy Red King 508 back at it again. And today for you guys, I know I made some videos over the last few days. I think the last one I made was the Carolina game, game 2. So I was dealing with some stuff with my PC, right? And yeah, I've been uploaded because I had to get this all sorted out. Um, anyway, Game 3 for Carolina Hurricanes ended, and Philadelphia did not put much of a fight. I think they tied it in the first or the second. I can't really remember, but after that, it just became a downward spiral for Philadelphia. They are one loss away from getting swept. Carolina and Colorado are the only two teams with a perfect record in the playoffs. Minnesota Wild has a chance to beat Colorado at home if they can, at least. But the way that Philly came out, like, you knew the desperation was at hand. You knew they were trying to, not try to give beat all the hell. That didn't really work out. They had the lead from the majority of game 2 up until they lost in overtime. They did not lead at any point in time. They tied it, but they didn't lead at any point in time. In the two games that Carolina has just decimated them, they oh my god, they literally just are out working, out hitting and out like scoring Philadelphia. So Carolina is probably gonna go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I had that in the books. Fast forward to the other games, obviously Vegas and Anaheim. Anaheim, they lost game 1. It was very close. Game 2, they came back and just beat the Golden Knights on their home. And it was just, it was a good response. Minnesota and Colorado, we didn't get the high scoring game that we got in the first game, which was great in a sense. But it just feels like Minnesota, while I think they still have the roster to match Colorado, I don't think they they're just getting outscored, and McKinnon's playing some of his best hockey yet. But I'm not going to take, Minnesota lightly. Minnesota going to come with that desperation. They're going to come with that sense of urgency, I think, because you don't want to lose game 3 and 4 and get swept, because that would be a bad look for you guys. Fast forward to the Montreal Buffalo game. I watched that last night, and it looked bad. Now I know Montreal is coming off the game 7 against Tampa Bay. Probably took a lot out of them, but they came out and they got hit in the mouth real quick. A power play on the first 10 seconds, and it just the floodgates were open from that point on. Now I knew they did score 2 goals, but it wasn't I don't know. Maybe they just caught Buffalo off guard. Now I do think Montreal's gonna look at game 1. They're gonna try to find ways to get back into this series. I don't think we're gonna have much of an issue with that. Because let's face it, winner's probably gonna play Carolina. And you have to try. I think the thing for either Montreal or Buffalo is, can they outscore? Can they out physical Carolina? Philly's trying to do it, and they are not. Is not working. It's gonna be very interesting to see. But if there's any team, I think matches up well with them, it might be Montreal, but I can't say Buffalo is not trying either. Buffalo is trying. Buffalo went up against Montreal and just slap them around. No, they were up like, what was it? It was like 4-1 at one point. And then, of course, Montreal came back and scored. But, it is a interesting series nonetheless. These playoffs have been great. Obviously, there's a lot of things that certain teams are going to try to do. Certain teams are going to try to retool or revamp. Now, I think, and then, of course, the draft lottery, was it last night or was it the night before? I know the Toronto Maple Leafs got the first overall pick, so they're probably going to get, I think McKenna. Is that what they want? They want McKenna? But this is how I feel about the Toronto Maple Leafs, dude. I'm going to be 100% real with you guys. I think even if they get McKenna, are they going to win a playoff game, or are they going to Game 7 and get blown out on their home court or on the away court? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. On their home ice, they have not won a Game 7. And those are the two most devastating words for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They have not won a Game 7 that actually fucking matters. They play great for the first few games, then they fuck around a little bit, and then they decide, okay, yeah, we're going to force Game 7. And by the time they force Game 7, they already fuck up when it matters. I think that's a culture thing. I really do. I think that's a culture thing. You shouldn't have to go to Game 7 damn near every single year. I mean, what was it? They lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets one year. Then they lose to Montreal the other year. They lose multiple times to Boston. I think they lost one to Florida, if not two to Florida. They literally... Game 7's like the nail in the coffin for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It is insane how they do it. I saw it last year when they played Florida. It was bad. So, even if they get McKenna, I don't think that really pushes them over the edge. But, nonetheless, we'll see how it all works out. But these playoffs have been really, really good. These series have been really, really good. I can't really complain. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the Montreal-Buffalo game and in the Anaheim-Golden Knights game. Because the way it's looking, I would think Minnesota could take Game 3 and 4. But we'll see what happens at that point. Anyway, guys, let me know who you think is going to make the conference finals. We already know Carolina's going to make it. Do you want to see more videos like this? Please make sure to go hit that like button. Make sure to go subscribe to the channel for more. If you do want to see more NHL content like this, let me know. And this has been your boy Red King 508, and I am out.